For the first round draw of the Scottish Cup, you've drawn out the teams, but we're also kicking off our campaign for the season, which is Defy the Odds. Now, your family in particular, both your sons, have obviously done that for Scotland. How, just to start us off, would you see that has influenced Scotland? How much has that kind of inspired our nation from what you've seen over the last few years?
Well, I certainly know over the last few weeks when I've been out and about in Scotland, the buzz around tennis in particular is absolutely huge, and I think every child knows now what tennis is and who Andy is, and of course everybody's gagging to get out and have a go at it. But what I hope is that it will inspire not just kids but parents, adults as well, to get outside, fresh air, play actively with their kids, because if you can develop really good coordination skills in your kids just by playing fun things at home or in the park, you can really prepare them for any sport that they might want to take up when they're a little bit older, and it will really help them to be able to play it a little bit more competently. But I think in terms of the winning Wimbledon for somebody from a wee village in Scotland where we don't really do tennis. I mean, 1% of our population plays tennis. We're terrible weather and we're very poor in terms of facilities, really, particularly indoor facilities. I think what that shows is that anything is possible, and if you kind of put your mind to it and the right opportunities arise for you at the right times, then really anything's possible. And I think that more than anything is what I would hope, that it would help lots of Scottish youngsters to believe that they can achieve anything they want to achieve if they really work hard at it.
And just tell us a wee bit more then about how football featured in your life with two young boys at that age.
Well, when they were very young, I would say between the ages of 4 and 8, they were members of Hibs Kids, and I used to take them most Saturdays to the home matches at Easter Road, and we'd get a family ticket and we'd sit in the little family area and we knew the team inside out. We sometimes went to away matches, but it depended where the ground was and it wasn't too far. But when they started to get a little bit more into their tennis and doing some tournaments and things at the weekend, we weren't doing quite so much going to the football. I also found it was quite expensive, little afternoon out to go with a family to do something like that. But Andy played for little junior teams right up until he was 14, and played for Ochterarder, Primrose and Geerdach, and he got to the stage where he had to make a decision between tennis and football at 14, and he chose tennis. So we had a lot of things, a lot of involvement in football, and the biggest difference was that really in the cost, that we paid about £1 a week for him to do his football with either Geerdach or Ochterarder Primrose, and you took your turn of washing the shirts. You sometimes took a turn of 4 in the car taking them to a match or whatever, whereas the tennis was just incredibly expensive. So we kind of understood the journey of a sort of a football parent and a tennis parent at the same time, and they were very, very different. But where they are exactly the same is in the support for your child and the praising of the effort, and the always looking for them to give of their best, and always to look at ways that they could get a bit better at what they're doing, because you get a whole lot more enjoyment the better you get at something.